Hi guys, welcome back to Foibles with Fee. Today, as promised, I'm going to be doing the Pantene Mousse, the number 505 styler as a one and done. As I've said before, I don't consider leave-in as a styler, so I use it all the time regardless. So my thoughts on Pantene. This is day 3 hair using just the Pantene with no refresh. So let me just give you a look at that. I'll do a little spin for you so you can see. There's the back. And I just took it down from the bun a few minutes ago, and actually there we go again. Another little perfect example here of the issues that I have with it. I don't feel it really gives me a lot of curl definition with this mousse. For me, with my type of hair, with dry, thick hair that needs quite a lot of moisture, I feel it can make my hair quite stringy, and it doesn't look as good as it would if I used a gel and a mousse combo. So the mousse for me, yes, it makes it stick together and makes it clump in ways, but the gel really seals that and gives it a glossy finish. Now, if I just come a little closer, you can see that the curls are quite defined, but I would think that there is still a good bit of frizz there, and they're not really defined into individual clumps as much anymore. Now I found the same thing with the Giovanni, the foam, that with my hair it tends to dry it out. The foam or the mousse alone tends to dry it out. Now with this Giovanni, you do get 207 mils. With the Pantene you get 200 mils. Now there was about a third left in this when I styled with it, and there's only a tiny little bit left, so I did use a third of a bottle, and I still feel like probably wasn't enough. If I just clip up the upper part of my hair, you'll see what I'm on about. So this is how I actually, short video, this is how I style. When I'm styling my hair wet, I actually do section it off, and I pin up the top part here anyway, and I style the bottom first, and then I do the top because I have two very distinct layers of hair. I have more than two, but I have two very distinct ones. So this is the top being pinned up, just loose. And again, like I can feel here, see all these little bits? They're all quite dry, so I don't think it's as good. Now, so if you see underneath here, it's a little bit fuzzy, a little bit frizzy. Like I still have some little like ringlets, but it's not as good as when I use, say, the flaxseed gel or any other ones. And under here it's actually quite straight, so I don't feel like it's really giving me that much curl advantage. And my hair feels a little bit dry. And I did notice when I was in the shower and I was brushing through my conditioner, which is what I do, I brush through my conditioner in the shower, I did notice that it felt quite dry, and it was harder to like get that slippery kind of seaweed conditioner feeling. So I think it might actually be drying, the foam and the mousses might be actually drying out my hair a little bit as well. So I just have to keep an eye on that, because I have to be careful with thick, coarse and curly hair. Although my hair is really more wavy than curly, it needs a lot of moisture. Lot of moisture. So it can be difficult to get that. So would I use the mousse again? Yes, I would give it maybe a 6 out of 10, simply because it's affordable. It goes from about €2 to about €5, depending on where you buy it or where you get it. I find actually buying online, I think from Mars Pharmacy, MEAGHERS, they sell it quite cheap, but it can be up to €5. It is Curly Girl approved, and it's probably one of the easiest to get in Europe, and probably in the EU as well, because we don't have the herbal essences Totally Twisted, and a couple of the other ones that the US have. So I mean, by all means try it out. It's an inexpensive way of trying it out. It works quite well. You don't have to use a lot of it, but for me, I think I just don't get the moisture that I need even with my leave-in. I think I'm going to need to combine products as I have before. But it was a good test. It was a good way of trying it out. And yeah, if I was in a pinch, definitely I'd use it if I knew I was going to be washing my hair 3 days later. Oh, one more thing actually that I meant to say. My scalp is a bit itchy. So I don't think it has any of the itchy M's in it, but there is definitely something in it that is causing my scalp to itch. So that's interesting as well. So yeah, that's it. I did get my Inner Sense delivery, so that will be my next wash day. So keep tuned for the Inner Sense, and let's see how it goes.